Thank you very much. A short time ago, the U.S. military carried out massive precision strikes on the 3 key nuclear facilities in the Iranian.
On 22nd June 2025, the United States significantly escalated the Iran-Israel conflict by launching direct airstrikes on 3 of Iran's most protected nuclear sites, marking Washington's first major military intervention against Iran in over a decade. According to statements from the Pentagon and confirmed by global news outlets, the U.S. military struck the Fordow Fuel Enrichment Plant, the Natanz Nuclear Facility, and the Isfahan Uranium Conversion Center, using a coordinated assault involving B-2 stealth bombers, Tomahawk cruise missiles, and drone units. These sites were considered cornerstones of Iran's nuclear infrastructure, with Fordow buried deep under a mountain and believed by many to be nearly impenetrable. However, U.S. forces deployed GBU-57 Massive Ordnance Penetrator bombs, which reportedly inflicted massive structural damage. President Donald Trump called the operation a spectacular military success and declared that it completely dismantled Iran's ability to rapidly build a nuclear bomb. The strikes were reportedly conducted after intelligence confirmed Iran was preparing a new wave of missile attacks targeting both Israeli and American military positions in the region. Trump emphasized that the United States was acting not to start a war, but to neutralize imminent threats and preserve regional stability. All U.S. aircraft involved returned safely, and no radiation leaks were detected following the bombardment, according to preliminary assessments by both U.S. Central Command and the International Atomic Energy Agency, IAEA. The Iranian government, however, reacted furiously. In a televised address, Iranian Foreign Minister Abbas Araghchi condemned the airstrikes as a flagrant act of war and vowed everlasting consequences. Iran has now officially withdrawn from the last remaining provisions of the 2015 nuclear deal and requested an emergency session of the United Nations Security Council, accusing both Israel and the United States of coordinated aggression. On the ground in Iran, local media confirmed explosions in at least 5 provinces. While military casualties have not been publicly disclosed, multiple independent sources reported that mid-ranking IRGC officers and dozens of support personnel were killed. Civilian infrastructure in Isfahan was also damaged, though Iran has not released full casualty figures. The international response has been sharply divided. While Russia, China, and Turkey condemned the U.S. action and called it a destabilizing move that could spark a broader regional war, Western allies such as Germany and the United Kingdom defended Washington's decision, saying it was a necessary response to Iranian provocation. The United Nations Secretary General, Antonio Guterres, expressed grave concern, warning that the Middle East is on the brink of an uncontrollable spiral of violence. The European Union has called for an urgent de-escalation summit. Domestically, the strikes have sparked heated debate in Washington. While Republican lawmakers praised President Trump for taking decisive action against Iran, Democratic leaders raised concerns over the lack of congressional authorization, with Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer invoking the War Powers Resolution and calling for formal hearings. The American public remains divided, with protests occurring both in support of and against the military action in major cities including New York, Chicago, and Los Angeles. On a regional level, tensions have risen dramatically. Iranian-backed militias in Iraq, Syria, and Yemen have vowed revenge, and U.S. bases in the Middle East have been placed on high alert. Military experts fear that Iran could retaliate using cyber attacks, drone strikes, or proxy forces, particularly in Iraq, Bahrain, and the Strait of Hormuz. Oil prices surge past $152 per barrel, and shipping routes in the Persian Gulf are now considered high-risk zones. As of now, there has been no indication from either Washington or Tehran that further escalation is off the table. With nuclear diplomacy shattered and direct military confrontation now underway, the world watches anxiously to see whether the conflict will spiral into a wider regional war, or if back-channel diplomacy can halt what many fear may be the most dangerous military standoff of the 21st century.